Let's do it. Let's talk. You found the Brew Live. Jersey Joe here. Eye on the box over there. Look, we love you joining our talk show each and every week. And look, we look forward to hanging out with you as always. But you know what? Lots of people host talk shows out there in the real world. Lots of people don't. In fact, they always seem to be giving somebody else a talk show, right? Well, we want to know, who do you think would make a great talk show host? Could be your friend, could be a celebrity, could be an enemy, could be a sports star, anybody you want who you think would make a great talk show host. We got your suggestion. Joel and I have ours as well, and I think it'll be pretty good. And first off, Joel, I don't think you watch a lot of talk shows, but who do you think would make a great talk show host?
A, you're correct. I do not. And B, I think there's a handful of people that would make really good talk show hosts that are not talk show hosts now. People I can see having regular conversations that would be really entertaining. First of all and foremost, Jersey Joe and Ion, number one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have so many people I would love to interview and love to pick their brain about. But if we're talking about celebrities, I think Neil deGrasse Tyson would probably be my number one pick. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson, you see him get interviewed on so many different things, and he can just roll with the punches, whether it's scientific, comedy, anything. The dude has a lot of knowledge, unrelated to just his field. So I'm going to go with him. Number one is my pick.
You know, didn't he have one at one point on Discovery? It was a science talk show or something. I think it was, or maybe it was a Comedy Central. He had some. He did for a brief point.
I'm not sure if he actually did that or not, but he's really, really good about that kind of shit. And he does so many different things where he gets interviewed by different people, and he does a lot of shit with universities where he comes on and educates students. So if he did have something like that, and the Cosmos, obviously, if he had something like that, I could see it.
Hey, I can certify for a fact that the guy's an excellent host because I was in one of his PBS promos for Nova all those years ago, and he had to ad-lib with people in Central Park, and he was great. You know, he was able to BS with me. He asked me, I had asked some random question. He was able to ad-lib and go with it, and it actually ended up being a really, really good spot. I had a whole 2-minute commercial with him on PBS. I should put that back online at some point. But
you absolutely should do it now.
I know. I got to find it. I think it's on my Facebook page somewhere. But who do I think would make a good talk show host? I have two choices. Number one, William Shatner. You know I love William Shatner. There's not much that William Shatner can't do. He's never officially had a talk show. He's done game shows, documentaries, Star Trek, musicals, but never a talk show. I'd like to see that. And number two, you're going to love my second choice, Mark Teixeira. Mark Teixeira is great on television. Ooh. He's great as an athlete, very knowledgeable, and also you see him, he can ad-lib and did some comedy work with the Yankees and stuff too. And his comments about not only sports but in life in general are pretty good. So my vote for number two, Mark Teixeira. What do you think of that?
Mark Teixeira is hilarious, and I think he would actually be bigger to the. And you and me as Yankee fans, he's already huge. Mm-hmm. Baseball fans know who he is. But I think he would have a bigger I think he would be a better talk show host than he was a baseball player. And that says a lot because he was a really good baseball player.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, he definitely has a lot to offer, and you can see that by just watching his commentary. And he's just a genuine good dude. He's somebody that you want to watch, you want to talk to, and go have a beer with, kind of like you and I having a beer here. So I think that'd be a great idea for a host. Look, you guys had lots of answers out there, so let's get to a few of them right now because Psychology Coop writes in and says, you would, UHN. Yeah, I went to high school together. She's recognizing me anchoring the high school news. Let's move on from that. J City Pick says, I guess he already has one, but Joe Rogan. The thing is, though, Joe Rogan already has his podcast, and it technically is recorded to video. I don't think it's on TV at all, but most broadcast channels would never broadcast all the pot smoke.
Yeah, well, it's not necessarily that because there's TV channels are getting a whole lot more liberal lately. But I actually thought about Joe Rogan for one of my answers as well. And he's a little bit more right-leaning than I like, but I think he's really good with guests. So I don't think that's a bad answer either.
I'd like to test him out, seeing him do a cooking segment or something. The good old daytime TV. Let's have him make a souffle or something. Let's see how he can handle that.
His resume I watch his show, and you can pull it up on YouTube too if you want to. But he's pretty good. He's really good. He has a long enough resume. I think he'd be all right.
Yeah, and he did great hosting Fear Factor and stuff too. Definitely is good in front of the camera, and he's also commented on several sports shows and on several fighting shows. So he's fine. He can ad-lib and do great. Let's get to more of your comments right now. We got a bunch of them to get to. Starman writes in and says, "Bring back Donahue." First off, Starman just aged himself, and number two, they did bring back Donahue 10 years ago on CNBC, and it tanked. Donahue, I think, unfortunately, is past his time. Starman also writes in and says, Joe Namath. Ooh, now that's one. Give him a couple drinks. He might be fun.
Just like us.
Oh, my God. I didn't even think of that. Let's get his agent on the phone and get him on here. I think it'd be great. Vamos Yankees writes in and says, James Franco. Well, all right. And Jimmy Simba writes in and says, Giorgio from Ancient Aliens. Ooh. Now, that's one that's interesting. I want to bring up, there are no, like, good UFO, sci-fi, science and supernatural talk shows. They used to have, James Von Prague, the psychic ones, but a really, really good one where you put people on, like, been abducted and stuff. If they find the right host, that might be kind of cool. All right, so here's another crazy one. Ready for this? Here is the definitive answer. Because James also writes in and says, A-Rod and Jennifer Lopez. It would be a hit. It would be an interesting hit trying to watch those two one-up each other and try to make each other sound important. And that's why the relationship works, because they feed off each other's, like, energy and just, like, trying to be, more important.
Dude, they're both really good at being loved and hated by a lot of people, and their shit is already really, really popular on Twitter and Instagram. So, yeah, and A-Rod's a really good analyst. You wouldn't expect him to be, but he is. He's really, really, really good at portraying what he actually thinks when he's hitting. So I could see that as being a thing. Like, I would definitely watch it. I think a lot of other people would, too. Most people would probably like it for J-Lo, but, like, you and I and people who know baseball come to love A-Rod for his kind of what he thinks, his mentality, and I think that the general public would like it a whole lot more if they knew how he thinks.
I know personally people that have worked with him, and at least in the past, he was a pain in the ass. He wasn't a good dude to work with, didn't treat the crew with respect, so there would be that.
I mean,
that
he did that
overcome.
with the Yankees, too. That doesn't who f- the crew. I mean, he's going to be good on the air, and he's going to make money.
It's just that thing, though. The guy's burned so many bridges. It's like, will somebody want to work with him again or whatever? It's a good, but as a talk show in general, I think it would not be like a daily syndicated one. It need to be more like, give it to like ABC or NBC, like a big name network with big money, because just the cost to get those two alone to do it would just be astronomical.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it would. It would have to be on a major network. It would not be HBO. It would not be YouTube.
Hey, who knows, Joel? Someday you and I can end up on a network, too, doing this. We're just doing it for fun or whatever, and I'm glad that you guys hang out with us each week. So click that like or subscribe button down below. Like I always tell you, make sure you do that. And hey, we got lots more fun coming up, because Thursday on Kick It Back Jersey Joe, I got more crazy 911 calls from the Citizen app in New York City. And get this, somebody called 911 because there was a lizard on a leash, and some guy rented a car and found dynamite in it. Those more crazy 911 calls to New York City via Citizen app Thursday, Kick It Back for Jersey Joe. And that is definitely a show that subject alone would make a great talk show topic. But hey, you know what? We enjoy seeing you guys here each every week. This is an ultimate talk show, and we hope you guys join us live and have a beer and chat with us each week.
See you next time, I hope.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, he's wrapping it up already. Thanks for watching.
And it's your turn to say, f*** all y'all.
Oh, see you next time, I hope.